So this is a good example of a good literature review. That is in Module 2. But for our lesson 1, we are going to incorporate this as well. And this part of literature review is going to be for both type of papers, okay? Evidence-based and observation-based. So, as I was saying in the video and last week very briefly, I know, we have like 3 parts, all right? The first part that could be like a historical background. Then we have early or pioneer studies. And finally, we have some more recent studies. But notice that the recent studies, I don't want them to be done in annotated bibliography mode, okay? Annotated bibliography is when you add the entry, and then there are like 2 main parts. So 3 main parts. One that could be the entry, the way it appears on your reference list. And then one part A that could be a synthesis of that source. And always in simple past. The author analyzed A, B, and C. Moreover, data was provided for A, B, and C. And the second part of an annotated bibliography is when you give your input of, oh, this source is going to be useful for my paper because of the real examples, or because of the links that I will analyze, because of the data or those graphs that I'm going to use. So 3 parts. A, the entry itself. Second, a brief summary. And third, a brief description why this source is going to be useful for you for your own paper. That would be a perfect annotated bibliography. But in this case, we do not want to have an annotated bibliography. What we want to do instead, okay, is provide these recent studies in a paragraph way, in a paragraph mode, okay? So let's read very briefly how it could be. Notice as well here the level of headings. So in your paper, your title appears, is centered, but it's not bolded, or it's not, it doesn't have a bigger font or anything, okay? It's Times New Roman 12 point, and everything is double spaced, right? Okay, very good. So title in the middle, and then we have, what is this level? The one of literature review. Level of heading, what? 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay. Very good. Good logic. What is going to be this one? Level of heading?
2.
Okay. So here we have level of heading 1, level of heading 2. Level of heading 3 we don't have in this section, but it will appear, it will start with an indentation. Okay, and then we'll have level of heading 4. You have that information in your handout. Okay? So, literature review, historical background. So, I'm going to use the diagonal reading just to have an overview. Do you remember the diagonal reading that we read like this? Okay, to get a big picture. So, the introduction of modern technology, almost all families, information had become easy, efficient. The debate under sharp scrutiny. This discussion is starting to emerge. 2004, social media, pastime activities have become necessity. Today, have become necessity. Have these modern devices. There are a lot of complaints. Development of teenagers, many students, now become a matter of urgency. Growth and development of teenagers in this high-tech world. Okay. Historical background and origin of the discussion. In this case, as I was saying last week, I was giving you number 5, right? 5. But when dealing with social media, last year is old, basically. Yeah, well, with a certain type of social media, okay? So that's why historical background, look at that, we're talking about 2014, right? That's kind of 2015, 2010. Early pioneer studies. Look at the in-text citation, 2011, 2001, okay? Those are early studies. So I'm going, no, you cannot see my hand, but early and pioneer studies and theories were among the first scholars to bring the attention of the world the challenges that social media poses to modern generation. Please, could you keep on reading? On these scholars, okay, early.
Okay. These scholars observed that the modern families are facing a lot of challenges in managing the impacts of social media. However, they also agree that this new media has contributed to ease of communication and interaction among different family members.
Okay, so we have the correct in-text citation. Very good. They proposed
an amendment to the Communication, Privacy, and Copyright Acts to ensure social media does not become a necessary evil in the society. Today, the perspectives presented by these authors are evident in both home and school lives. Raising a child in a technology-savvy world has become a serious challenge.
Well, Savvy has got only 2, right? Okay, it's 2. Sorry. There's a lot of...
There's a lot of influence from the social media, and parents are not sure of what is right or wrong. In addition, these authors argue that the availability of too much information of varying degrees on the intents creates chances for
unscrupulous.
Okay, that is a individuals to mislead the public.
Okay, we stop there. I like this one as well. So we have another of these scholars conducted a survey of 30 different families across the USA and observed that addiction to social media contributes to lifestyle disease and challenges. Look at this one, it's from 2001. The other ones were of 2011. In this case, because we are dealing with social media, if we talk about most recent studies, we will talk about 2016, 2017. Okay, even studies done like few months ago. All right, so here we are, 2016, for instance. All right,